A blue whale can weigh more than 1,000 people. It has trillions more cells than you do. It may live for more than a century. So, by simple logic, a whale should be a gigantic swimming tumor. But it is not. An elephant also has far more cells than a human, yet elephants do not appear to be overwhelmed by cancer. Meanwhile, humans talk about cancer constantly. Hospitals treat millions of cases. Nearly every family knows someone affected by it. So what is going on? Are human bodies badly designed? Did evolution give elephants a secret defense and forget about us? Or is the question itself hiding a trick? To solve the mystery, we need to shrink down. Imagine entering your own body until a single cell looks like a person. Now zoom out slightly. Your body becomes a crowded city containing tens of trillions of citizens. Every citizen has a job. Muscle cells pull, nerve cells send messages, skin cells guard the border, blood cells carry supplies. Most importantly, every cell follows rules. Do your assigned work. Divide only when permission is given. Repair damage when possible, and when you become dangerous, shut yourself down. Cancer begins when one cell stops cooperating. It ignores the city's laws. It copies itself without permission. It refuses orders to stop. It steals food and oxygen. Eventually, its descendants may invade other neighborhoods. Cancer is not an outside monster entering the body. It is a member of the body breaking the social contract. And that creates the first clue. Every time a cell divides, it must copy a huge instruction manual called DNA. The copying system is remarkably accurate, but it is not perfect. Imagine copying an encyclopedia by hand, billions of letters at a time. Even an excellent copyist will occasionally make a typo. Most typos do nothing. Some are repaired. Some damage the cell so badly that it dies, but very rarely. A set of changes gives the cell dangerous advantages. It may learn to grow faster. It may ignore stop signals. It may hide from the immune system. One mutation is usually not enough. Cancer normally requires several protections to fail. Think of a bank vault. One broken lock is worrying, but the thief still faces alarms, cameras, guards, and a steel door. Cancer succeeds when enough layers fail in the same cellular family. Now consider a mouse. It is small. It has fewer cells. It usually lives only a few years. That means fewer total cell divisions and less time for dangerous changes to accumulate. A human is different. We are much larger than a mouse. We also live many times longer. Our tissues repair themselves for decades. Skin replaces damaged cells. Blood factories operate every second. The lining of the intestine renews constantly. Each renewal creates another round of DNA copying, another roll of the biological dice. This does not mean every cell division is dangerous. Most are completely normal, but over 80 years, tiny risks have many opportunities to repeat. That is why age is one of the strongest cancer risk factors. Cancer often appears late because building a successful tumor takes time. A rebellious cell must collect the right changes. It must survive. It must multiply. It must escape security. It must build access to supplies. Then it must grow large enough to cause trouble or be detected. So one major reason humans seem unusually vulnerable is strangely positive. We stay alive long enough for cancer to become visible. In the wild, many animals never reach old age. They may die from infection, starvation, injury, weather, or predators. A wild mouse with an early tumor may be eaten by an owl first. The official cause of death will not say cancer. The owl does not complete medical paperwork. And here the mystery takes another turn. We do not actually know the cancer rate of every animal. Humans visit doctors. We receive scans, blood tests, biopsies, surgery, and autopsies. Our diseases are recorded in enormous databases. Wild animals usually disappear without examination. Even when researchers find a body, heat, insects, and decay may erase evidence. So comparing human cancer statistics with wildlife is like comparing a brightly lit stadium with a dark forest. We can count almost everything in the stadium. The forest may contain surprises we never see. Animals absolutely do get cancer. Dogs develop many naturally occurring cancers. Cats do too. Tumors have been found in mammals, birds, reptiles, fish, amphibians, and even simple invertebrates. Some species face bizarre cancers that can spread between individuals. Tasmanian devils, for example, can transmit living tumour cells through biting. So cancer is not a uniquely human curse. It is a risk that comes with being a large community of cooperating cells. But humans have added something unusual to the equation. We changed our environment faster than evolution could redesign our defenses. Picture an ancient human body walking into a modern city. Its genes were shaped over countless generations, but now it meets cigarette smoke, industrial chemicals, air pollution, and concentrated alcohol. It spends more time sitting. It may carry excess body fat for years. It can receive intense ultraviolet exposure because clothing habits and travel patterns change. It can also encounter infections that raise the risk of certain cancers. None of these factors guarantees cancer, and people who live carefully can still develop it. Cancer is never a simple punishment for one choice. Chance, inherited genes, age, infections, environment, and behavior can interact. But some modern exposures damage DNA or create conditions that help damaged cells grow. Tobacco smoke is an obvious example. It delivers a chemical attack directly to tissues. Ultraviolet light is another. It can strike DNA inside skin cells and leave a recognizable pattern of damage. Certain viruses can interfere with the controls that keep cell growth orderly. Excess body fat can alter hormones, metabolism, and inflammation. Human civilization has extended life brilliantly, but parts of civilization also create new opportunities for cellular rebellion. That sounds like the answer. We live longer, detect more disease, and face special exposures. Case closed. Except it is not, because an elephant lives a long time too. A bowhead whale may live for 2 centuries. Large animals possess vastly more cells than humans. If every cell carried the same tiny chance of becoming cancerous, huge animals should be in terrible trouble. A whale should develop countless tumours before reaching adulthood. Yet across species, cancer risk does not simply rise in proportion to body size. Researchers have examined cancer-related deaths across more than 100,000 zoo mammals from nearly 200 species. The results support a strange conclusion. Bigger animals are not automatically doomed to die from cancer more often. This puzzle is called Peto's paradox, and it reveals that evolution did not forget about cancer. Evolution has been fighting it repeatedly. Imagine a small ancestral animal slowly evolving into a giant. Each increase in body size creates more cells. More cells create more opportunities for cheating. If cancer kills the animal before it reproduces, that body plan fails. So giant, long-lived species can evolve stronger layers of protection. They do not necessarily use one universal trick. Different species appear to have built different security systems. Elephants provide the most famous example. Humans have a tumor suppressor gene called TP53. It helps damaged cells pause, repair themselves, or self-destruct. The P53 protein acts like a strict safety inspector. When DNA damage becomes too serious, it can order the cell to die for the greater good. Elephants possess a normal TP53 gene alongside roughly 20 additional TP53-related sequences called retrogenes. Elephant cells also show a strong self-destruction response after certain kinds of DNA damage. Instead of allowing a highly suspicious cell to continue, the system may push it toward elimination. Imagine a factory with many smoke alarms. Humans have alarms too. Elephants appear to have evolved extra versions and altered wiring. But even this famous explanation is still being investigated. Scientists continue debating exactly how each elephant TP53 retrogene works. Research has demonstrated a cancer cell-killing function for one retrogene, but those experiments used human cancer cells. More work is needed to determine precisely how it behaves inside living elephants. The broad lesson is stronger than any single gene. Large animals survived because their ancestors evolved better ways to prevent, detect, or eliminate dangerous cells. Whales may use a different combination. Research on bowhead whale cells points toward highly effective repair of dangerous breaks in DNA. The repairs were not merely frequent, they also appeared unusually accurate. Rather than destroying every damaged cell immediately, their biology may restore certain damaged instructions while producing fewer harmful copying errors. It is less like adding more alarms. It is more like employing an exceptional repair crew. But even here, the story contains a surprise. In laboratory experiments, bowhead whale cells did not require more genetic changes than human cells to become malignant. Some required fewer. Their protection may depend less on making transformation impossible and more on preventing damaging mutations from accumulating in the first place. That idea is promising, but it is still based largely on cell studies. A complete whale is far more complicated than cells growing inside a laboratory dish. Then there is the naked mole rat. It looks like a wrinkled potato that has missed several nights of sleep, yet it can live for decades, far longer than similarly sized rodents. Cancer is rare in the species, although it is not impossible. Its tissues produce abundant forms of a large sugar molecule called hyaluronan. This material helps organize the space surrounding cells. Studies suggest that its unusual properties contributing to signals preventing cells from crowding and growing uncontrollably. Imagine every cell living inside a soft safety net. When too many cells squeeze into one area, the net helps sound the alarm. The naked mole rat's defense is not a magical shield. Scientists have documented rare cancers in the species. Researchers also continue debating exactly how much protection comes from hyaluronan compared with other mechanisms. Still, it is another example of evolution modifying the rules of cellular society. This leads to a surprising reversal. Humans may seem terrible at resisting cancer, but compared with a mouse, the human body is remarkably well protected. A human has far more cells and lasts far longer, yet our cancer risk is not millions of times higher. That means human evolution already built powerful defenses. We have DNA repair systems. We have tumor suppressor genes. We have immune cells that can recognize some abnormal behavior. We have cellular self-destruct programs. We have telomeres, protective structures that help limit endless division in many cells. We have senescence, a state that can force damaged cells to stop multiplying. The problem is not that humans lack defenses. The problem is that no defense can be perfect. Perfectly preventing cancer might create other dangers. Suppose every slightly damaged cell immediately destroyed itself. Cancer risk might fall, but tissues could wear out faster. Wounds might heal poorly. Organs might lose working cells. A system that blocks cell division too aggressively could prevent tumors while accelerating aging. A system that encourages repair and regrowth could preserve tissues while giving rare damaged cells more opportunities. Evolution must balance competing risks. It does not design the longest possible life. It favors traits that help organisms survive and reproduce in their environment. For most of human history, relatively few people reach today's oldest ages. Natural selection strongly shaped our early survival. It protected childhood, growth, reproduction, and parenting. Its influence becomes less direct late in life, especially after reproduction. That does not mean aging has a single purpose. It means evolution may accept late costs when a trait provides earlier benefits. The same inflammation that helps fight an infection can damage tissue when it becomes chronic. The same hormones that support growth and reproduction can affect cancer risk later. The same ability to heal can be exploited by a tumor. Cancer uses the body's greatest strengths against it. It turns growth into overgrowth. It turns blood vessel construction into a supply network. It turns immune calming signals into camouflage. It turns evolution inside the body into a competition among cells. And now we can finally answer the original question. Humans do not necessarily get more cancer than every animal. The comparison is distorted. We observe human disease far more carefully. Many wild animals die before tumors can develop or be discovered. Humans live long lives with enormous numbers of cell divisions. We also experience preventable and unavoidable exposures that can raise risk at the same time. Some large and long-lived animals have evolved exceptional anti-cancer mechanisms because their size made those defenses necessary. But there is one final twist. Cancer can become common partly because a species is successful. We defeated many infections, we reduced deaths in childbirth, we developed antibiotics, surgery, clean water, vaccines, and emergency medicine. We made it possible for millions more people to reach ages where cancer becomes more likely. In that sense, cancer is partly the shadow cast by longer life. That does not make it acceptable or inevitable. Many cancers can be prevented, many can be detected early. Treatments continue improving. Studying elephants, whales, dogs, mole rats, and other species may reveal new strategies for prevention and therapy. Nature has already run billions of years of experiments. Every long-lived animal is carrying a different notebook of results. The elephant teaches us about damage sensing. The whale may teach us about precise repair. The naked mole rat teaches us about controlling crowded tissues. Dogs help researchers study cancers that arise naturally in environments shared with humans. And humans bring something no other species has. We can understand the problem consciously. We can compare genomes. We can design tests. We can change exposures. We can turn evolutionary solutions into medicine. So perhaps the real mystery is not why humans are uniquely bad at avoiding cancer. We are not. The deeper mystery is how any multicellular animal keeps trillions of cells cooperating for decades. Every heartbeat is evidence that the system is working. Every healed cut is a controlled burst of growth. Every healthy organ is a city whose citizens still obey the rules. Cancer is what happens when that cooperation breaks. Life is what happens because, almost every time, it does not.